baik tu dia jadi beratahu रेडियो फीजी बहुत रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
In the news tonight, legal aid officers told not to abuse their powers. GCC complex to be rebuilt. And bus fare increase to be effective from tomorrow.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
Legal aid lawyers and support staff have been warned to not abuse their powers when providing services to any Fijian. While closing the Legal Aid Commission workshop in Sigatoka yesterday, the Attorney General Ayaan Said Qayyum also stated that it was evident that some still try to access the law outside the legal framework. Details with Felipe Naikaso.
These lawyers have been reminded of the importance of providing equal access to justice to all Fijian, regardless of their status.
That's when corruption creeps in. That's when clientelism creeps in. That's when who you know, your social status, all of those things creeps in. And that then fundamentally undermines the actual premise of the rule of law.
Said Qayyum also stated that thousands of Fijians each year are able to access justice just because of the legal aid, which is critical. The AG says, for example, if the legal aid shuts down tomorrow, how will the less fortunate be able to access the law? How will they be able to defend themselves and know their rights?
That I appreciate the work that you do. I appreciate the pivotal role that you do play. But I think it is also critically important for you to be able to understand the dynamics that you actually operate in. And it's critically important for you to be able to thoroughly understand that.
The workshop was attended by around 200 people from the Legal Aid Commission. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The reconstruction of the Great Council of Chiefs building in Nasova will commence soon. Assurance has been given by the Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama while speaking on Radio Fiji One Talkback show, not the Prime Minister. Apanisa Wanganandover reports that Bainimarama says the building is insured and the insurance company has all the paperwork for the final payout.
The GCC building was burnt last year, and Bainimarama says the Itoke Trust Fund has forwarded all requirements to help with the release of funds.
The
Itoke Trust Fund have in the past 4 weeks compiled paperwork, and this has been submitted to QEB Insurance Company. They will now await the final approval by the insurance company to release the fund.
Bainimarama says reconstruction will commence as soon as the fund comes.
First, a judicial protocol will be done to demolish the burnt building. Then the trust fund will look in the design, and straight after that, the reconstruction will begin.
The building was commonly used for conferences and workshops, including some major regional meeting. Apenisa Wangardobu, FBC News.
Increased adult bus fares will come into effect from tomorrow. The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission says new fares are set at a maximum rate, which will provide a ceiling to protect vulnerable Fijians. Following a review which started in 2009, the FCCC last month approved an increase in the maximum bus fare of 7 cents per stage. FCCC CEO Joel Abraham used Tadirua buses as an example, where they've been approved to charge $2.11 for an express fare. However, they have agreed to charge only $2. Abraham says for non-exclusive routes, they are encouraging bus operators to set competitive fares. The CEO also stressing that bus companies will be charged if they are found to be unilaterally charging fares above the maximum price. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has slammed the opposition, who he claims is spreading rumours about the government not having enough funds to support their scholarship schemes. Speaking to Radio Fiji One Talkback show, the Prime Minister maintains his government has education as one of its top priorities. The Prime Minister also says that government budgeted over $181 million to cater for the scholarship from students in the 2019 to 2020 budget allocation. Bainimarama says there is no discussion to limit scholarships or the budget that has been allocated for this financial year. He's also clarified that in addition to government's budget, there is also funding from international donor agencies and the foreign governments that further supplement Fiji's education sector. Up ahead, agriculture census to start tomorrow. And woman shares her journey to success. Details after the break.
Pula natang ko aproslan karse, go erkraki. Do televizyon navarong na radio Fijuan, nandomo ibit.
Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
The 2020 agriculture census begins tomorrow and will be the most comprehensive assessment of the sector to date. The Agriculture Minister, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, says the census will for the first time include full nationwide coverage, covering 4 subsectors such as crops including sugarcane, livestock, fisheries and forest. Maggie Boyle with the details.
With a budgetary allocation of $4.5 million, this year's agriculture census is pulling out all the stops.
Census is no doubt one of the significant data collection exercises undertaken throughout the world, especially in developing countries where farming activities is key to sustainable livelihood. It is no easy task.
With close to 700 personnel involved, the use of tablets to administer the questionnaires is expected to be a game changer.
The adoption of this new technology in agriculture census will substantially improve the quality and transparency of data collection, shorten the time for data processing, and quickly disseminate results for census data users.
For one stakeholder, the expanded focus of the census will mean better resource data.
From forestry, it's going to collect information that were never there before. When forestry used to have a census through the National Forest Inventory.
The 2020 agriculture census is scheduled to run from the 10th to the 29th of February. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Residents in elevated areas continue to experience disruptions in their water supply. This is the Water Authority of Fiji till this afternoon had not restored supply to 5% of the areas who had not received water since Friday morning. The authority had said yesterday water was to be fully restored by 6 a.m. today. However, this was not met as restoration coverage is taking more time than expected. Many Fijians have shown frustration over the disruption, to which the Water Authority is saying they continue to work around the clock to normalize the supply. The coronavirus worldwide death toll has risen to 805, up from 722. The health officials in the Hubei province reported an extra 81 deaths today, which brings the toll in mainland China to 803. 2 others have also died outside of China, and the latest figure is higher than the 2003 SARS outbreak, which had a death toll of only 774. Raising kids alone, having financial issues and whatnot, Atela Yee faced everything as a young woman, but that did not hinder her success. She overcame all the hurdles that were thrown her way and came out victorious. Yee now owns the renowned Rewanga Bakery and a coffee shop in Nosuri, and none of this came easy to her. In our Successful Fijian tonight, we look at the journey of Atela Yee, who made it big in life. Faria Begum with the story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Dropping out of school at a very young age, and Atela Yee was always looked down upon.
I dropped out of school in Form 5 and straight on I went into, I had my 6 kids and didn't have any college degree. So the only thing I had to do was start my own business.
Many get the much needed support to climb the ladder, but this was not the case for 52-year-old Yee.
The journey was tough because being young and having a family at a young age, you pretty much don't even know what you're doing, and you have to learn along the way.
Coffee shots is a new thing for the Nosuri town, and Yee explains how she came up with this idea.
It's an overnight idea, crazy, but yeah, I thought Nosuri needs a coffee shop because for people to come in and relax, have something nice to eat, real coffee.
The fear of the unknown also crossed Yee's mind.
The struggle was not knowing how it will go and just hope for the best. So as time went by and people knew about the coffee shop and we had more customers coming in.
This is her advice for the young people out there who need that inspiration.
Have a plan, have goals, and work towards it. And don't worry about what other people are doing or what they're saying. Just try, because it's just you against you. And you have to make it. You can't rely on other people.
Yi is an example of how you don't always have to have a degree to become successful in life. Faria Begum, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
My name is Neha and I'm from Kadavi, and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The National Secondary Schools Rugby League competition is one way the Fiji National Rugby League and the Fiji Schools Rugby League have developed to grow the sport in the country. Nasinu Secondary is one of those schools that has made use of the competition to find greener pastures for its upcoming stars. Taking part in the annual Secondary School Rugby League competition, Nasinu Under-19 coach says the school is oriented towards guiding their students to be better rugby league players.
We will try to develop those talents for the future of the kids, especially most of the professional players nowadays. They groom up at Nasinu Secondary, so we will try to get to this young talent boys, so that they can reach up to that level.
The Lautoka soccer side continued their fine performance in the Vodafone Premier League as they thrashed Nandi 6-0 at Churchill Park today. The Blues were the dominant side throughout the match and took at a 2-0 lead at half-time thanks to Dave Randungai and Vanuatu import Alex Sinial. However, Lautoka did not stop there and continued to mount the pressure on the jet setters during the second spell. The Blues goal scorers in the second half were from Navneil Nand and Shazil Nand. More work still needs to be done for the Under-16 girls team, according to coach Tangi Vonalangi. And now in preparation for the Under-16 championship in Tahiti, Vonalangi says the players are lacking in both skills and fitness. He adds now the focus is to get the players fit for the 8 weeks period they will be in camp.
Building on their skills so that they can have good ball control, they know what to do with the ball, their passing. So they may be playing, but skill-wise, I think the level of skill is a bit not that good.
Fijian-born Crusaders winger Sevu Reece touched down twice, but that was not enough as they went down to the Chiefs 25-15. The Chiefs had to come from behind to come away with the win in this thrilling encounter and maintain their momentum in this season's Super Rugby. Rookie winger Mark Nawanganitawase scored for the Waratahs, but they were too far behind as they suffered another loss, 32-12 to the Blues. The Blues dominated the second half, seeing Mark Telea notching a hat-trick. The Lions have recorded their first win in a close encounter against the Reds. Majority of the match saw opening exchanges from the two sides, with the Lions coming out with a 7-point edge to win 27-20. Fijian football captain Roy Krishna was in blistering form as he scored a hat-trick for ATK to beat Orissa FC 3-1 in Kolkata. Krishna's 3 goals have taken ATK to the top of the Hero Indian Super League with 33 points after 16 games. The Fijian Wonder Boy opened the account in the 49th minute after he peeled off his marker and slotted home his 11th goal of the season from a Javier Hernandez corner. An active trough of low pressure with associated cloud and rain lies just to the north of Fiji. It is expected to gradually drift southwards towards Fiji and affect the northern and eastern parts of the group from later tomorrow. The west today was fine, apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers and isolated thunderstorms. In the east, there were occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms. Isolated heavy falls were expected, showers increasing to rain from later tomorrow. And the north, occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms were experienced. Isolated heavy falls are expected. Showers increasing to rain as well from later tomorrow. Now, at sea, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots. You can expect moderate seas. For the tides, low tide is at 1:12 a.m. and high tide at 7:45 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 5:53. We look further ahead to tomorrow. Rain is to continue in many parts of the country. And as for Tuesday, cloudy periods with some showers of the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, it should be fine, apart from afternoon or evening showers and those isolated thunderstorms. Recapping the main stories, legal aid officers told not to abuse their powers. GCC complex to be rebuilt and bus fare increase to be effective from tomorrow. For these stories and others, do tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question segment, this week we're asking, can the current Fiji Sevens team win gold at Tokyo Olympics? You can visit our FBC website to answer. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. Or you can also follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.